everyone. This next project is called Heart Maps, and it's really an exercise in being mindful and aware of where we feel gratitude in our own lives and in our own hearts. So I oftentimes start this conversation with my students and we popcorn around the room just talking about what we're grateful for. And oftentimes the conversation starts with, I love pizza, I love my dog, I'm really grateful that I have a really cool sister. And that's all wonderful and very useful information. I then lead the conversation to go a little bit deeper and to expand out from our own lives and try to make a connection with gratitude in our roles in society and in our community. Ultimately, we create a list together of all the things that we are grateful for. We then work in the style of creating an actual map. And if you look at a map that shows us a place, oftentimes you'll notice there are colors that outline the various counties or states or countries as a way to organize the information and separate the important entities. And so we do the same thing on our heart maps, which are going to use watercolor and Sharpie and pencil, really easy and basic supplies that most of us probably have in our homes. And we will create an actual heart shape, and we will create our different counties of the various things that are important to us, and then we will fill them in. Either if you are older and able to write your words, we'll write the words. Otherwise, younger children oftentimes can make drawings in their different counties. And I love to add the element of an actual map on my heart map as a background, which again just ties in this overall theme of maps and creating what's important in our hearts. So let's get started. As I mentioned in the intro, one of the first things we do in this project is we take a few moments to really spend some time thinking about what means the most to us, what we are grateful for. And we start making a list of all of these things. And I want to share a lesson that I learned from one of my really young students last summer when I did this project with them. She had a beautiful heart map and a lovely list, and the very first thing at the top of her list was me. Capital M, capital E. And I asked her about that. And she basically said, well, I have to love myself in order to be able to share love and love other things in the world. So that's where I begin my heart map. And I felt like that was one of the best lessons we could have had in my studio last summer. So now that we have our list, set it aside, and with the same pencil, you're basically just sketching the outline of a heart. This is definitely not a drawing exercise where we are trying to get the best heart. Then, as I showed you in the physical map where the different counties and areas of a region are outlined and have different colors, you're going to want to count the number of items on your list and design your own map. You get to be a cartographer. You add lines, any shapes and sizes you want, and then take a thin Sharpie and write your list in your actual heart map. So you're transferring all the various things you have that you feel grateful for. And if you find that you have more items on your list than you do counties on your map, you can always take your pencil and add in more counties. Then, using any sort of watercolor set of paints that you like, I have both the liquid ones as the paste-based ones, you go ahead and start filling in your heart map with different colors. And I extend to you the challenge of seeing if you can create your map and not have two of the same colors touch each other. So that's just a fun little creative challenge to give yourself as you do the fun part of this project, which is coloring in all the regions. It's really beautiful to see this two-dimensional version of your own heart and your own love come to life in this project. So this is one version of the final piece of artwork. You can also cut the heart out and mount it on a piece of map as a background. I hope you've enjoyed making this project, and I encourage you to do it with your friends and family. Great work, everyone!
Hi, Mom. I really miss home.
It's an interesting question as to whether the exhibit is anti-war or pro-war. Some people have taken it as an anti-war statement. Some people have taken it as a tribute and memorial to our fallen heroes. The boots were placed in rows, and they looked to me to be about the same distance that they would have been if they were filled by the soldiers who were standing next to one another, perhaps at parade rest. The families of some of these soldiers have donated the actual boots that their sons or daughters wore. I spent quite a bit of time just walking through the boots. I've spent many years of my life living in California. California has a large population, and there were a lot of boots there. Then I spent some time walking along the side wall where the civilian shoes were. And above the civilian shoes were tapestries or quilts. Sometimes it was more than I could bear to be in that hall. So I went outside for a while, and I sat near the boots of Washington soldiers. A woman came and squatted down in front of one of the pairs of boots, and she untied the laces and threaded through a little pendant that had a cross on it. And the whole time, her hands were trembling. She was accompanied by 3 young men. Sometimes one of these would just come and stand near her and put a hand on her shoulder. And she untied and retied and tried to fix the boots so that they were standing up straight, because the tops of the boots tend to kind of flop over. And as I watched her, I thought, how many times does a mother tie her child's shoes? My own son was in the military, and he was in Kosovo. And every moment that he was gone, I was frightened. My son came home, but my worst fears were what this woman was actually living through. It was so painful to watch, but seemed so important to witness.
Okay, I really miss you guys. Like I'm bald. You gotta see that.
My son had just turned 22 when he was in Iraq. I want to know, how are we going to care for not just the parents, because I'm a parent, but the spouses and children? How are we as a nation going to help to take care of these broken hearts? How are we going to do that? So one of the kindest things is when I saw that there was this exhibit, and then when I found out that they had a pair of boots with Jonathan's name on it, I saw hope. I saw hope that there was a way the nation's not going to forget.
Bye.
Can you imagine trying to express yourself about your family or your activities or your feelings, and the words are not there that you have depended on all your life? It's like walking always on a certain path, and then suddenly you're taking a path that isn't there. It has gone into a deep sinkhole or something like that. And that's the way you feel. You feel abandoned by your life, by your words, by your vocabulary, everything. It just seems to go.
I was in a restaurant, and we were having a dinner for the family. My trimmers were going to town, and I noticed that the waiter who came up asked for everybody's meal. She looked at me and didn't ask, and turned to my wife and asked her for me. I interrupted it, and she went, "Oh, you're alive." I mean, it had that flavor.
When I try to walk, sometimes I get lost, and I don't know which direction I'm going in, and I get confused with it.
Last year, I could do so many things, out in the garden, do everything. And this year, I'm crawling, and I'm just a mess.
My wife and I were out one evening. We're in the backyard, and I suddenly jumped to the ground and was beating my feet. Bam, 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 bam. And I kind of came out of it, and I had no idea where I had been, what had just happened, and I had no idea how to come back with that, because it's not something that I had any control over. But it was me, and that was a very strange thing.
I just like to do things, be active. I had to be very active. I just can't sit around and be just not doing anything. That's what I'm kind of doing now.
It's kind of amusing in a sense, though, because If somebody's getting after you for something and you say, oh, I forgot. Getting off the hook, so to speak.
Sad, really sad, that life somehow can be cruel. And I imagine in its cruelest form is a loss of memory.
It is scary and it is frustrating.
Well, yeah, people, when they hear that you have the condition, that it influences the way they address you. And often it's not, it's negative.
I try to use workarounds, making notes and doing things to keep myself, as close to reality as I possibly can. And that's how I do it.
I just ask. I'm not afraid to say, remind me what was so-and-so and how do you do this or that. I'm not saying I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather not have it, but I've accepted it, I think, quite well.
I laugh at the absurdity of life.
Anytime you can talk openly about anything, it's a positive experience for all parties. A lot of people won't do that. People just sort of go within themselves and they don't talk. And I think that's a big mistake.
Well, the gathering place for me is exactly what it says, a gathering place. A place where in our darkest moments we can head out and realize who I am and how it's influenced by you, and who you are and how it's influenced by me.
It's quite helpful. You start having some problems, you think, well, I'm the only one like that. But no, you're not. Everybody has problems like that and similar to that, so you're not alone.
We care for each other. Relationship, fun, food, and laughter.
There's a kindness amongst us.
But right from the beginning, I felt very welcomed, and I felt that the people that are in the group are friendly, warm, wonderful people. I just feel really at home.
It's just so good to be with other people and to laugh, tell a little joke here and there, or try to be funny.
It's helped me so much coming here. I join in things that I normally wouldn't join in, and I enjoy it. and I like to come.
Personally, I feel that the gathering place fits me like a glove. You know, we laugh, we sing, you know, just all the fun stuff. I'd rather be with a bunch of really nice people than you know, really cynical people.
She reaches into people's hearts and brings out things that are very endearing. And you could see newcomers here really love it because they feel that they're so inviting and so welcome here.
You're talking to people who understand what you're talking about.
And they can understand, you can understand, oh, I remember that, and oh yeah, that happened to me too. You know?
I can't imagine not having it now. People are wonderful. I feel like it's my community.
People have to learn to be a little more tolerant than they may have been at one time. Listening is a good thing.
Well, just remember that we're human beings, and, you know, it could happen to anybody.
It's a necessity that we understand that we're not different than anybody else.
And you know, as people age, things happen in their brains and everything else, and it's no different than not being able to walk as fast as you could before. It just happens. It's just part of the process, and you have to accept it.
And that all I'm asking each of you to do is to just open your eyes maybe a little bit more and to just welcome whoever is there into your life and into their life. Well, hopefully I'm looking good, and mostly I'm looking like Neil. That's what you're seeing, and that's who you're having as a part of your life.
Even as we have our disability, we still are very cognizant and happy.
I guess particularly in relation to memory loss, as long as people can talk about it, so many people just sort of hide themselves away and won't talk about it. They're afraid of it. It's one of those things that I think the society has made it a fearful thing. And you know, that the life does go on, and you can turn it into positives.
If you sense that a person has a need and they're open to it, you should do something about that. You can't ignore it and, you know, be an ass. Be who you are. Make them something more than...
You are someone that you can help.
Open-mindedness is key to both people who have problems and the people who have to deal with the problems that their friends and relatives have.
The world and ourselves needs compassion to see it through.
To all those folks with memory loss, do not give up hope. Do not be frightened.
Make sure other people understand that you have memory loss, so that it's not something you feel ashamed about or embarrassed about.
And you need to ask people to help you. Be patient, that's all, with yourself and with the people you're trying to communicate with.
To look at the situation in the face and accept it.
Your real friends will stick by you, and they'll you know, they're not going to you know, say disparaging things about you, and those are the people that you need to keep in touch with, you know, through everything.
It's important to be able to laugh at myself. I think humor is probably as good a medicine as there is, and I absolutely love it.
Let your light shine. You'll be glad you did. That may seem kind of syrupy, but the fact is, it's the truth.
We'll keep moving forward to always.
in your heart will always have hope.
Always keep a sense of humor. Always, if you can.
I'm a happy guy, and I feel good about my life.
I like to go to movies. I'm still here. I laugh and cry. I'm still here. I walk my dog and play with my cat. I'm still here. I meet new friends. I'm still here. I create art. I'm still here. I love my friends and family. I'm still here. I learn yoga. I'm still here. I love myself. I'm still here.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Cut.
Perfect. Okay, all set.
It's a wrap.
Hello, this is Annie from Two Dog Yoga in Lake City, where we practice yoga right next to the Lake City Community Center.
Hola, esta es Annie con Two Dog Yoga en Lake City, donde practicamos yoga junto al Centro de Comunidad de Lake City.
So we're going to practice yoga standing and seated on the floor today, so be sure you bring a blanket.
Ahora vamos a practicar yoga parados y sentados en el piso, entonces asegúrense de traer una cobija.
Let's start in a chair.
Empezamos en una silla.
So sit back against your chair.
Apóyense en la silla con la espalda.
Feet underneath your knees.
Pies abajo de las rodillas.
Hands resting in your lap.
Manos descansando en sus piernas.
Feel the support of the chair.
Sienten el apoyo del asiento.
Behind you.
Atrás de usted.
Helping you to lift.
Ayudando a subir
your heart.
El corazón.
Close your eyes.
Cierren los ojos.
And begin to inhale and exhale.
Y empiecen a inhalar, exhalar.
Through your nose on the inhalation.
Por la nariz cuando inhalamos.
Through your nose on the exhalation.
Por la nariz cuando exhalamos.
Inhale.
Inhalamos.
Exhale.
Exhalamos.
Take your hands together and rub them.
Tomen sus manos juntas.
And then take your palms to your eyes, tipping your head down.
Y apoyen su cabeza entre las palmas, haciendo su cabeza un poco para abajo.
This helps to relax our eyes
Esto nos ayuda a relajar nuestros ojos
and our brain
y nuestro cerebro.
as we move into our yoga practice.
Así que empezamos nuestra yoga.
Inhale
Inhalamos
and exhale and slide your hands down.
y exhalamos bajando las manos para abajo,
Across your face, across your heart,
bajando por la cara y por su corazón.
and rest your hands in your lap.
Y ponemos de nuevo las manos en nuestras piernas.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalamos, exhalamos
And now gently open your eyes.
y ahora despacio abrimos los ojos.
So now we're ready to practice yoga.
Ahora estamos listos para practicar yoga.
So we're going to come to standing.
Nos vamos a parar.
Move the chair to the side.
Movemos el asiento para el lado.
And I'm going to turn my mat this way.
Yo voy a voltear mi mat.
Come to the center of your mat
Vamos al centro
and bring your feet a wide distance apart.
y abrimos nuestras piernas
About 3 feet.
aproximadamente 3 pies.
Take your hands on your pelvis.
Tomamos nuestras manos en nuestra cintura.
Hug with your hands
Abrazamos con las manos
and bend your knees.
y bajamos las rodillas.
As you bend your knees,
Cuando hacemos eso,
you want to not be leaning forward,
no se quieren agachar para abajo
not leaning back,
ni para atrás,
but right in the middle.
solo al centro.
As you bend your knees, lift your 10 toes
Cuando hacemos las rodillas para abajo, subimos nuestros dedos de los pies
and notice that lifting your toes
y noten que haciendo eso
makes you work more of the muscles around your legs.
sentimos nuestros músculos de las piernas trabajando más.
Keep your toes lifted.
Dejen sus pies de los,
Keep your hands on your pelvis, pushing down,
las manos en la cintura apoyándonos para abajo
and straighten your legs.
y ahora hacemos las piernas completamente
Now
derechas
raise your toes down.
y ahora bajamos los dedos de los pies.
Let's do that again. Bend your knees,
Lo vamos a hacer una vez más,
maybe a little deeper.
un poco más abajo cuando hacemos las rodillas para abajo.
Lift your 10 toes,
De nuevo los dedos de los pies para arriba,
push down with your hands,
manos apoyando para abajo
and straighten your legs.
y de nuevo para arriba.
Ooh, and feel how your spine gets longer
Sienten como su espalda se hace más larga
and your legs root down into the ground more.
y sus piernas van para abajo más al piso.
One more time. Bend your knees,
Bajamos las rodillas,
lift your toes,
dedos de los pies para arriba,
push hands in and down,
manos abrazando y para abajo
and straighten the legs.
y de nuevo para arriba.
Zipper from pubic bone to belly button to heart.
De nuestro hueso hasta el corazón.
Toes relaxed.
Dedos de los pies relajados.
Good. Okay, now soften your knees.
Hacemos las rodillas suaves.
Turn your toes to the left.
Volteamos para la derecha, izquierda.
And look to see that your left knee
Y vemos que nuestra rodilla
faces over your left toes.
está sobre los dedos de los pies.
If at this point you feel unsteady,
Si aquí se siente que no puede estar parado bien,
you can choose to put your chair
puede elegir apoyándose con su asiento.
Bring the chair very close in so it gives you support.
Acérquense a la silla para que les dé apoyo.
I'm going to pretend that the chair is there.
Yo voy a hacerme como que sí está ahí.
The chair is going to help me come from a rounded position. If I push down, helps me to lift my heart.
Eso me va a ayudar apoyándome para que yo pueda voltear para arriba.
Inhale and exhale, bend your left knee.
Inhalamos,
And sit
exhalamos. Derecho, rodilla para abajo.
Inhale and exhale, straighten your left leg.
Inhalen, exhalen, suban la rodilla.
Please notice that your knee
Por favor, noten que su rodilla
doesn't go beyond your ankle.
no va a pasar a su tobillo.
The knee should be above the ankle.
La rodilla debe de estar arriba del tobillo.
Inhale, bend the left knee.
Inhalen, agachen la derecha.
Exhale, straighten.
Exhalen de nuevo para arriba.
Inhale, bend, maybe a little more.
Inhalen un poco más, agachen.
And exhale, straighten.
Exhalen de nuevo para arriba.
One more time. Inhale, bend.
Inhalen para abajo.
And now take your left arm out to the side, looking out over your left shoulder.
Subimos nuestro brazo para que esté mirando nuestro hombro.
Maybe your right hand still on the chair, giving you some support.
Posiblemente nuestro brazo todavía apoyándonos con la silla.
And then turn your left palm towards the ceiling.
Subimos la palma para el techo.
And raise your left arm up.
Y la subimos para arriba.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalen y exhalen.
Lift your heart.
Subimos el corazón.
Inhale, come on up, straightening your left leg.
Inhalen y subimos la rodilla.
Release your left arm down.
Y bajamos nuestro brazo para
Maybe
abajo.
you have the chair here.
O a lo mejor tienen la silla ahí.
Maybe you don't.
O a lo mejor no.
Turn your feet to the right.
Nos damos la vuelta.
Inhale, bend your right knee.
Inhalamos, bajamos la rodilla.
And exhale, straighten.
Exhalamos, subimos la rodilla.
Inhale, bend your right knee.
Inhalamos, bajamos.
And exhale, straighten.
Exhalamos, subimos.
Inhale, bend your right knee, maybe a little deeper.
Inhalamos y bajamos posiblemente más.
Notice that you're not leaning out over your right leg,
Noten que no se están agachando sobre la rodilla,
but your body's more in the center.
pero su cuerpo está más al centro.
Now inhale, raise your right arm up, look out over your right shoulder.
Ahora inhalen, suban el brazo mirando sobre su hombro derecho.
Lift your heart.
Suban el corazón,
Maybe press down into the chair.
posiblemente apoyándose para abajo en la silla.
Turn your right palm up
La palma derecha para arriba.
and raise your right arm up towards the ceiling.
Brazo subiendo para el techo.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalen y exhalen.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalen, exhalen.
And inhale, come all the way up and release the arms down.
Inhalamos, subimos y bajamos hasta abajo.
Bend your knees
Bajamos las rodillas.
and heel toe the feet together.
Y el tobillo y los pies de los dedos juntos.
And walk around on your mat
Y caminamos un poco.
and feel the pelvis,
Sentimos la cintura.
and the hips relaxing.
Están relajando.
Come back to the center.
Regresamos al centro.
And let's take our chair now.
Y ahora tomamos nuestra silla.
I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this.
Voy a darme la vuelta para que ustedes me puedan ver.
Bringing my feet apart again.
Voy a separar mis pies.
Bending knees.
Bajando las rodillas.
Again, I'm not leaning forward or back.
No me
Right
estoy
in the
agachando.
middle.
Estoy en el centro.
Hands on the pelvis.
Manos en cintura.
Inhale and exhale, straighten legs, lift your toes.
Inhalamos, exhalamos, subimos
Yeah.
las rodillas.
Zipper from pubic bone to belly button to chin.
Tenemos un cierre entre nuestros huesos hasta nuestra
So the
cabeza.
spine grows tall.
Nuestra espalda se hace grande.
Inhale.
Inhalamos,
Exhale, bend your knees.
exhalamos, bajamos las rodillas.
And let your hands help you tip your pelvis.
Y nuestras manos nos ayudan a movernos
And bring hands down onto the chair seat.
y tocamos la silla.
Some of you may be able to bring your hands to the floor.
Unos de ustedes a lo mejor pueden tocar el piso.
I'm going to demonstrate with hands on chair.
Yo voy a demostrar con mis manos en la silla.
Inhale, let's go into a back bend.
Inhalamos y hacemos la espalda para atrás un poco.
Think more of lifting your heart forward than your chin lifting.
Pensamos más en subir el corazón que en nuestra cabeza.
Inhale and exhale into a rounded shape.
Inhalamos, exhalamos y nos agachamos para hacer una figura como de un círculo.
Inhale and exhale to a back bend that we call cow.
Inhalamos, exhalamos y nos apoyamos en una posición que se dice vaca.
Inhale and exhale, cat.
Inhalamos, exhalamos, gato.
One more time.
Una vez más.
Inhale and exhale, cow.
Inhalamos, exhalamos, vaca.
Inhale and exhale, cat.
Inhalamos, exhalamos, gato.
Bend your knees, take one hand on one thigh, one hand on the other, and push yourself up.
Otra vez las rodillas para abajo y un brazo en cada pierna para apoyarnos para arriba.
Turn your palms out.
Las palmas para arriba.
And raise your arms up.
Subimos los brazos.
Lift your heart.
Subimos el corazón.
Inhale and exhale, palms together.
Inhalamos, exhalamos, palmas juntas.
Bend your knees and heel toe the feet together.
Y ahora bajamos las rodillas y de nuevo tobillos con pies de los dedos juntos.
Take the chair to the side here.
Voy a hacer la silla para el lado.
One more standing pose.
Una pose más, parados.
With hands on pelvis again.
Con manos en cintura de nuevo.
We're going to shift our body weight to our left foot.
Voy a poner el peso de mi cuerpo a mi lado izquierdo.
Come onto the right ball of the foot.
En la parte de atrás del pie.
And then bring the right heel down and lift off the left heel.
Y ahora en la tobillo izquierdo nos apoyamos con el derecho.
Inhale and exhale, left heel down, right heel up.
Inhalamos, exhalamos, tobillo izquierdo para abajo, tobillo derecho para arriba.
Notice my knees are bent.
Noten que mis rodillas están para abajo.
Inhale and exhale, right heel down, left heel up.
Inhalamos, exhalamos, tobillo derecho para abajo, tobillo izquierdo para arriba.
Inhale and exhale, feet down, both feet down.
Inhalen, exhalen, dos pies para abajo.
With your hands squeezing on your pelvis.
Con tus manos en la
Pushing
cintura,
down.
apoyándose para abajo.
Straighten your legs. Zipper from pubic bone to belly button. Bring your arms out.
Nos hacemos derecho, un cierre entre nuestra cintura hasta nuestro cuerpo. Subimos los brazos.
Inhale and exhale. Take your right arm on top of your left and give yourself a hug.
Inhalen, exhalen, brazo derecho arriba del brazo izquierdo. Nos vamos a dar un abrazo.
Now again, bend your knees.
Otra vez, rodillas para abajo.
And notice that you're toning through your belly, muscular tone.
Y noten el músculo.
And now shift your body weight over to your right foot, lifting your left heel.
Ahora ponemos nuestro peso en el lado derecho.
Bend your right knee just a little more.
Bajamos la rodilla derecha un poco más.
Looking down at the floor.
Mirando al piso.
Inhale and exhale, bring your left heel down.
Inhalamos, exhalamos, tobillo derecho para abajo.
Straighten your legs, unfold your arms.
Rodillas para arriba y brazos para arriba.
Inhale and exhale, other side.
Inhalen, exhalen, otro lado.
Bend your knees.
Bajamos las rodillas.
Elbows down.
Codos para abajo.
Chin down.
Cabeza para abajo.
Shift your body weight to your left foot, lifting your right heel.
Nuestro peso del cuerpo al lado izquierdo.
Inhale.
Inhalen, exhalen.
Inhale and exhale, right heel down.
Inhalen, exhalen, tobillo derecho para abajo.
Both feet on the floor.
Los dos pies en el suelo.
Straighten your legs, unfold.
Hacemos las piernas derechitas y nos desarrollamos los brazos.
And back to the center.
Y de regreso al centro.
And all the way down.
Y de regreso para abajo.
Release your hands down.
Las manos para abajo.
We're going to come to the floor now, so get your blanket.
Ahora tomamos nuestra cobija porque nos vamos a hacer.
An option for this is you could do this on, if you don't go all the way down the floor, in most cases it's the difficulty getting off the floor.
En muchos casos la dificultad es de nuevo subir del piso.
So if you would like to, you can lie on your sofa.
Entonces si les gustaría puede estar en su sillón.
Or on your bed.
O en su cama.
To do this.
Para hacer esto.
So we'll come down on our back.
Nos vamos a acostar en la espalda.
Take your hands to your belly.
Las manos en nuestro estómago.
feet wide.
Pies anchos.
And rock your knees from side to side.
Y movemos las rodillas lado a lado.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalamos, exhalamos.
You can let your knees go a little further.
Pueden dejar que las rodillas se hagan un poco más.
To the side.
Para el lado.
If your knees are okay and your lower back is okay with this stretch.
Si su espalda y sus rodillas están bien con este.
To protect knees.
Para proteger sus rodillas.
And lower back.
Y su espalda de abajo.
Flex your feet. Make your feet active.
Haga sus pies activos.
Create that zipper from pubic bone to belly button that we did in the standing poses.
Crean ese cierre entre su hueso y su estómago.
And then maybe stretch your arms out to the sides.
Y a lo mejor saquen sus brazos para los lados.
And look to your left.
Y miren a su lado izquierdo.
Opposite direction to where your knees are going.
Posición diferente a sus rodillas.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalen y exhalen.
Inhale.
Inhalen, exhalen.
Inhale back to the center.
Inhalen de regreso al centro.
Have one of those melting moments.
Otro momento de derretirnos.
Nice big long inhalation and exhalation.
Inhalación grande y exhalación grande.
Feet are wide.
Pies están anchos.
And then take your knees over to the other side.
Tomen las rodillas al lado.
While toning your belly with that zipper.
Mientras teniendo el cierre en su estómago.
Flexing your feet.
Haciendo actividad con los pies.
And maybe look over your opposite shoulder.
Y posiblemente mire sobre su brazo diferente a donde están las rodillas.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalen y exhalen.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalen, exhalen.
Inhale back to the center.
Inhalen de regreso al centro.
And take your hands on your belly.
Y tomen sus manos a su estómago.
And have another melting moment.
Y tengan otro momento de derretirse.
One more hip opening. We'll cross the right foot over the left thigh.
Vamos a abrir la cintura cruzando la pie derecha a la lado izquierdo.
Again, flex your right foot.
Haga actividad con su pie.
And rock from side to side.
Y muévese de lado a lado.
This is massaging your upper buttocks.
Esto le va a dar un masaje atrás.
It's also asking your core muscles to work.
También les está pidiendo sus músculos de su centro a que trabajen.
The more you go to the side,
lo más que se hagan para un lado,
the more challenge it is.
Lo más trabajo que les va a costar.
The core muscles to engage.
A sus músculos de su centro.
Back to the center.
De regreso al centro.
Now, if you feel you have desire to have more stretch in your hip,
si usted siente que necesita estirarse más la cintura,
draw the zipper from pubic bone to belly button. Tone.
Hágase un cierre de su cintura a su estómago.
And lift your left foot off the floor.
Y subimos nuestro pie.
Reach around the back of your left thigh.
Y tomamos nuestra mano y tocamos la parte atrás de la pierna.
Maybe you hold a strap around the back of the thigh with your hands.
Posiblemente tenemos un cinturón atrás de la pierna.
And rock from side to side.
Y movemos lado a lado.
Come back to the center.
Regresamos al centro.
And release the legs back down.
Y bajamos las piernas.
Bring your feet wide.
Pies anchos.
And rock your knees from side to side.
Y las rodillas las vamos a hacer lado a lado.
Second side.
Segundo lado.
Walk your feet hip width apart.
Hagan sus pies anchos como su cintura.
Cross your left foot over your right thigh.
Cruzamos nuestro pie izquierdo en nuestra rodilla derecha.
Again, create the zipper from pubic bone to belly button up.
Otra vez creando ese cierre para arriba.
Flex your left foot.
Hagan actividad con el pie izquierdo.
And rock from side to side.
Y lado a lado.
If, when you lie here, your head tips way back,
si cuando están acostados aquí su cabeza se hace muy para atrás,
put something underneath your head to lift your head up some.
Pongan algo en que apoyar la cabeza para hacer la cabeza para arriba.
If you would like more stretch in your hip,
si le gustaría más estiro en su cintura,
create a little extra tone in your belly.
Crean un tono más en su estómago.
Right foot up off the floor.
Pie derecho arriba.
And reach around the back of the right thigh.
Y agárrense por atrás de la pierna.
Remember, you can use a strap.
Acuérdense que pueden usar un cinturón.
In your hands around the back of the thigh.
En sus manos y atrás de su pierna.
Inhale and exhale. Rock a little left and a little right.
Inhalen y exhalen mientras que van lado a lado.
Back to the center and step your feet to the floor.
De regreso al centro y bajamos los pies al piso.
Walk your feet apart.
Vamos a otra vez tener los pies anchos.
And again, rock your knees from side to side.
Y rodillas lado a lado.
One last movement before we do relaxation.
El último movimiento antes de relajarnos.
With your hands on your belly.
Con sus manos en su estómago.
Inhale, arch your back. Make a curve in your lower back where you can
Inhalamos
feel the space.
Y hacemos una curva con nuestra espalda.
And exhale, flatten.
Exhalamos y ponemos de regreso la espalda en el piso.
Inhale, arch your back.
Inhalen, curva en la espalda.
And exhale, flatten your back.
Exhalen, espalda en el piso.
Inhale, arch.
Inhalen, curva en la espalda.
And exhale, flatten.
Exhalen de regreso la espalda en el piso.
And back to the middle place in between those two.
Y regreso en la posición del centro entre esas posiciones.
Walk your feet back hip width apart.
Otra vez los pies anchos como nuestra cintura.
And then bring your knees in towards your chest.
Y subimos nuestras rodillas a nuestro pecho.
Hug your knees in towards your chest.
Abrazamos nuestras rodillas para nuestro pecho.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalamos, exhalamos.
If you'd like more stretch,
si les gustaría más estiro,
draw your belly button towards the floor, that zipper action in your belly.
Tengan un cierre a su estómago.
And lift your forehead towards your knees.
Y suban la cabeza a la rodilla.
Inhale and
Inhalen
exhale.
Y exhalen.
Release down.
Y para abajo.
Step your right foot to the floor.
Pie derecho al piso.
Hold around the back of the left thigh.
Agárrense la pierna izquierda por atrás.
And push the left thigh into your hands.
Y apóyense las manos a la pierna.
Same time, pull back with your hands.
Y al mismo tiempo háganse para atrás con las manos.
Pushing with your leg, pulling with your hands together.
Apoyando la pierna y la mano al mismo tiempo juntos.
Notice that action, that dual action,
Noten que esto,
pulling and pushing,
jalando y apoyándonos,
brings tone to your belly.
sentimos el tono en nuestra panza.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalen, exhalen
And release that leg down.
y para abajo la pierna.
Notice the relaxation through the left side now.
Noten que se relajan en el lado izquierdo.
Second side, hold around the left thigh.
Segundo
Right
lado, pierna derecha.
Other thigh. Pull with your hands.
Jalamos con la mano.
Push with your leg.
Apoyamos con la pierna.
Feel that dynamic action.
Sienten esa acción dinámica.
And notice that makes your belly muscles work.
Y noten que eso hace que nuestros músculos de la panza estén trabajando.
Try not to use your neck or your jaw.
Traten de no usar su cuello.
Relaxed in your neck.
Relajen el cuello.
Inhale and exhale.
Inhalen, exhalen.
Inhale
Inhalen,
and exhale.
exhalen.
Release your leg to the floor.
Pierna para abajo, para el piso.
Nice big inhalation and exhalation.
Exhalación grande, inhalación grande.
Okay, and we're going to do a very brief relaxation right now, but I'd like you to watch as I put the chair close in on the mat.
Vamos a hacer una relajación un poquito corta. Quiero que ustedes me miran mientras que pongo la silla en mi mat.
And put the legs up on the chair.
Subo las piernas a la silla.
Like so, and arms out to the sides.
Pongo los brazos a los lados.
We'll take 3 breaths, very short relaxation today. Inhale.
Tomamos 3 respiros muy cortos.
Exhale.
Inhalamos, exhalamos.
Inhale.
Inhalamos,
Exhale.
exhalamos.
Inhale.
Inhalamos,
Exhale.
exhalamos.
Bend your knees.
Suban las rodillas.
Gently roll to your side.
Háganse al lado.
Push yourself up.
Jálense para arriba.
Coming to a seated position in your chair or on the floor.
Estando en una posición sentada, sea en el piso o en su asiento.
Inhale, arms out to the sides.
Inhalen, brazos para los lados.
Exhale, palms together.
Exhalen, palmas juntas.
Namaste.
Namaste.
La luz en mí, respecto la luz en ti. The light in me bows to the light in you.
La luz en mí se agacha a la luz en usted.
Namaste. Thank you.